Hello everybody, my name is GaryPotter and welcome back to Vampyr. So, in between this episode and the last episode, I'll show you really fast. So, I'm here, but I had to replay the entire game or everything that we did before because in between, okay, this is what happened. So, I had recorded like 4 episodes after the last one. So, I did 5 episodes, and then I started the 6th one, and my sister decided that she needed to blow dry her hair, which flipped the breaker, which turned off my computer while I was like a minute into the next video, and I hadn't saved the game in a couple hours, so the entire save got corrupt. So I had to replay, so I thought about it for a while, and I was like, why don't I, since I haven't uploaded or edited those videos, why don't I just delete them and restart, but from here, and I know more about the game, so hopefully it'll be a little easier to understand, I guess. Yeah, so we're starting off where we left off in the last episode, but I want you guys to know that I'm like hours ahead, and like I know what's gonna happen a couple hours ahead, if that makes sense. Also, I want to remind you guys, please subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a ton, and if you do so, please turn on the notification bell. It will notify you anytime I upload a video. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's go. I haven't played, actually, no, I lied. I played Vampyr yesterday, as of like the time that I'm recording this, the day before. And then I played it the next day, trying to get all of the same stuff done. So, in the last episode, okay, do you see the stuff up there? The bars, the green, orange, and red? The green is my health, orange is stamina, and then red is blood. So what I get if I drain people of blood. Aw, man, it started out here. Alright, I'll probably edit this part out just because we've already seen it. Also, something else that I did in between episodes is I actually went around and just got a lot more, like, shillings and stuff, just because gold is, or money, is something in this game that I wasn't really aware is kind of a big part, and it's kind of really useful. Oh, I can skip it! Oh my gosh, that is the best thing in the entire world. Can I skip this? This is the part that I wanted to skip. Alright, so something that I didn't mention in the last episode and should have is, first off, this area is very laggy, and second, this game is made by Don't Nod Entertainment. The people that made, what is it? Life is Strange, one of my favorite games of literally all time. Can I talk to you guys?
I'm sorry, Jonathan.
Oh, I can.
Mr. Hampton needs me right now.
Fine. We'll head this way. So,
you can do better than that. Nah, it's my turn.
ow! That was 3 stabs in the gut.
Rotten oppressive. Each heart contains the seeds of life.
Oh!
Drink at this river. Try it all.
Is there a body here? In here somewhere? So, in the last one, here, I'll explain it after this cutscene, actually. Can I see the body?
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse.
He's so rude. Last time I said this. Okay. So, I'm gonna say this one. For
Insulting a good
reasons.
Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes.
Actually, it's you that's
a very nasty
yabbering
wound
on,
you've
but
got
it's
there.
okay.
Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
The way he said that was weird. So the blood quality indicates how much XP you'll obtain from a particular citizen. The higher the blood quality, the more XP you get. And then mesmerize. To drink the blood of your prey, you first need to mesmerize them to lead them out of sight from others. Your mesmerize level must be equal or higher than the citizen's resistance. Press Q to mesmerize Clay. And then we just put our hand on his forehead and just steal all his brains.
Bring this fatal
Shadows.
light
Follow the
into
red
the
trail to
shadows.
lead your
Dance
prey
with
into the
him
shadows.
dance of life and death.
All right. Press to embrace Clay clocks or spacebar to release him. Embracing Clay will provide a massive XP boost, but be aware that there will be consequences. Learning more about citizens and collecting their hints will increase the experience gained. So if you embrace them, it means you kill them and get all their XP, which is hard to get whenever you're passive. So this game has two routes. You can either be like a hostile vampire and kill everybody, or you can save everybody. And it's harder to get XP that way, but it's a way. And if you embrace him, that means that you kill him and take his XP and then you can level up more. But if you release him, I haven't done release. In the last episode, or in the last video, the last time I did this, I embraced him, which was a bad decision because it just annoyed me. It didn't really do much. I can't even show you. But it just annoyed me more than it did anything in the game, which is why I'm gonna do this.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Whoa.
Are you okay?
I feel giddy.
Are you okay? Are you no longer hurt? So, if we go to... I don't know where it is. Oh, I just put a marker. Right here. So, Pembroke Hospital. Each area has its health status. And Pembroke is healthy, but if you kill one person on here, whenever you go to sleep, the health level will drop, or if you heal people, then it will increase. And these are called pillars, and if you kill them, then this goes down an insane amount, which is why you just gotta, you just gotta be careful. You gotta be careful who you choose, what you do. Can I help you now? Can I take you to the
black out? What? What happened? Did I black out?
But I can't. Okay. I guess you're just gonna sit there. Probably bleed out, but it's okay. Now we gotta go talk to Dorothy. But I want to see the body.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
Oh, something else that I forgot to mention. So each person has, so Clay, he has hints. And then you increase the blood quality the more you find the hints. So if you find all the hints, then this blood quality will go up, which is when you usually want to embrace the person, because then you get more XP than if you would have just killed them right off the bat after you just met them. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I haven't got that far in the game. Actually, I got pretty far in the game. But I haven't decided what I want to do. Like, what route I want to go. I don't know if I want to be bad. I don't know if I want to be good. I don't know. I just don't really get it. Also, how do we get in here? I saw shinies. Alright. Let's head up to the hospital. I love the music in this game. Don't nod. Wow, jeez. Don't Nod's music and stuff like that, it's phenomenal. It's one of my favorite parts about their games, let alone their dialogue. I'm just checking around. So, on the streets of London, there are things like that. So you can find stuff, you can get more supplies to upgrade things.
What happened?
But you also want to check back on areas after you sleep, because sometimes things will refill, or most of the time, or all the time, I don't know. They'll refill. Okay, I'm coming.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter
Excuse
how
me,
illustrious
you were
they
helping
may
a
be.
person. I was gonna kill a person.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds. That's the Pembroke spirit.
Yes.
I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital,
love the
Dr.
way
Reed.
she says her name,
Your office has
Dorothy.
been prepared.
Normally people would just say Dorothy.
I would like
but
to ask a few questions first.
It's so... I love the way she says it. So I also remember hearing somewhere that this game is 60% just dialogue, and then 40% the rest of the game. So it's very imperative that you... or intuitive. It's a big word, but it's very important that you talk to everybody and just learn hints, get hints, find everything. You just got to do it all.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in. How does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
I'm sure he lost a lot of
What
blood.
kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Nope. He just said, hey, you can be here since you're technically a vampire, and if you do stay, then you'll be safe here. That's what he told me. He told me nothing else.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
That's sad.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
I remember putting this up here, which annoyed me. I can't erase it. Let me erase it. No! Oh, wait. There we go. That was annoying. Alright. I'm gonna go around and find everything. Look at all these people and the rain. You can go literally everywhere in this game. I don't want to talk to them yet because dialogue, there's just a lot of dialogue in this game and I want to explore, but we're going to have to talk to them eventually, and we will, I promise. I just feel like there should be some things out here. Nothing. Okay. Let's talk
Good evening,
to people.
nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Already? It's been
Did he
like
really?
2 minutes.
It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique.
Oh, thanks. I'm
Dr.
so
Swansea
female.
made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must
Yes,
know, blood
I
transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
I'm glad he's convinced of something. He's also very convinced that I want to kill everybody. Just kidding. I actually don't know what he's convinced of. He's very mysterious. Oh, I was ready to
things here?
just...
Not good, to say the least.
Oh, wait.
We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
It is indeed. I would imagine so, seeing everybody die.
An invisible enemy. Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses
Wow,
are already
she's
resigned.
very poetic. All of these metaphors, I couldn't think of the word. I'm a big
I'm not
brain.
familiar with all the staff yet.
I have the biggest.
Perhaps you
brain.
could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them.
Yeah, who's
Is
not?
there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
But do so.
Is there
Anyway.
anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett's. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No, I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
That says his best. So who is it? I don't like that. Why won't it gray out? Or why won't it, gray out if I've done all of the options here? Oh. Okay,
Goodbye,
well,
nurse.
you have a
Call
lot
me
of
if
hints.
you need assistance.
And then Tippett should be over here, I believe.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true.
Yep.
The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Neither
Do
can
we
I.
know
I'm
each
perfect.
other?
I'm flawless. We know.
Actually, yes. We met once before at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes,
have?
I remember.
I don't.
I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now.
Was it a really
Eminent
long time
surgeon
ago?
and blood transfusion specialist.
I'm also a vampire, but don't tell him that. I can mesmerize him.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
You're right, I am. Wait, people are more important. It's the same everywhere. I didn't have much of a choice. We'll do this one.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Oh,
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
the positive
Tell me more
Positivity
about
is the
cherished
best.
people then.
medicine.
Nurse
I don't know.
Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even
Tippett.
further.
Oh,
if
and
she was a
Brannigan.
man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while
There's some
serving
weird
as a medical
pauses in
officer.
between things.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Indeed.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran.
That's such a weird,
Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
like a factor thing.
No, we must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more, unto the breach.
You have nothing to prove. Nurse Brannigan is worried. Your attitude is irresponsible. I like this one because I want their love to flourish.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
Don't blame her. I'm sorry.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Yes, was that right? Was that the right answer? Oh my gosh, I can't even. I can't English, but it's
Goodbye,
fine.
Dr. Tippett.
So,
To prove what we are capable of.
sometimes
Good
you
evening, Nurse
can,
Brennan.
Good evening, Doctor.
the hints will be unlocked, but other times they aren't right there.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Yes, that's how it should be. In everything.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Well, that was not really worth the time or effort. Okay, where's, right there, you. Martin, I think is
Good
your
evening,
name.
sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about
Milton.
you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye.
Why would
I learned to
anybody
shoot
use it
during
as
the
an
war, and have
instrument?
carried one ever since.
A medical instrument.
Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Am I carrying a gun on me? Oh, I am. Because remember I got it from the thing? I don't know what it was. The chest thingy. Last
How is
episode.
the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
I thought you didn't care about this place very much.
Are you really
So how do you know
smuggling
so much?
weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Kill the people that I'm supposed to be saving?
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
What about the other time? The other amounts
Since
of
you're
time?
on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Well, I too would be mad if I... Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. If an ambulance driver with your attitude was gonna bully me.
It sounds like things have
Or
been
was
a
gonna
bit
take me
rough
to the
recently.
hospital. I don't know what I'm saying.
What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital.
Oh?
That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
As if you were going to. Did I ask any of the personal questions? I can't.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr.
This is
Reed.
obnoxious.
A
I wish
reliable
that
gun
you
is what
could
everybody
skip
needs
some
these
dialogue
days.
choices. Because, these are actually really useful. I don't know what I need right now, but they're really useful. But you can't skip the dialogue. You have to listen to it every single time. It's really obnoxious.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
It does indeed. In the name of mercy, they depend on you. Nurses are needed now. Inquire at the nearest appointments office at the Ministry of Labor and National Service, or write to 15 Kingsway, London. Prevent disease. Careless spitting, sneezing, coughing, spread influenza. Spread by droplets sprayed from nose and throat. Do not cough in public. Yeah, you just can't help it, but, you know, don't do it.
This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
I also didn't read these, so about the garlic and wooden stakes. Oh. I hate reading things. Okay, I'm just gonna let you guys read it, so pause the video if you want to. There you go. And then, I'm also just gonna look at these really fast because these sometimes help. These sometimes have hints in them for talking to what? They sometimes have hints for wanting to hints for people.
Good
That
evening,
was
sir.
really difficult.
Can I help you?
I don't
Unless
know
you're
why.
here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently
What
taken
happened to
the
your
position
face,
of head
buddy boo?
surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
Morbid.
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars. If you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
That, ooh, I don't like it.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was
Tippets?
forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
At least you're smiling somewhere.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense.
I'm sorry.
I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
None taken. I understand. You're
Goodbye
in
for
pain.
now, Mr. Elwood.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
There's the guy that we brought in.
It's locked, all right. Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Hampton.
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite.
Yeah, what did you say that
A
was so
little
bad?
delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief.
Thank you.
Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
But first, I must ask you questions.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
He just loved you so much.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
I didn't know
What is
how
the
to.
general situation
I didn't know
in
what
the
to say
East
about
End
that one.
docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers Trade Union. The Wet Boot Boys are very
I still
nervous
don't know
since they
much
lost
about the
their
Wet
leader.
Boot Boys. I heard about it last time I played, but I don't know much about their gang.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the
Hey!
show. With the assistance
Clay
of her
Cox
minion,
is
Duke
in
Digby.
the. What is it? Below the docks, or like below the hospital?
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Because you're a saint. That's it.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle?
The turquoise
I met him before
turtle.
I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could
Why?
it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
I'm sorry.
Not really.
People are texting me.
Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Why not? Just spread the tea. Tell me.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton?
It sounds like you're a priest.
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop?
I don't get it.
To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
But Swansea's was on me, and it isn't a cross just a cross. It doesn't matter if it's wooden or metal or what. As long as it's a cross, then it should do something against a vampire. I don't know.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
He arrived 2
Not
minutes
really.
ago.
But I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now,
That's
Doctor.
so true.
To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
How
Why
do you
did
feel,
she?
Mr. Hampton?
And who is she?
Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Who needs you? I need you to tell me that. It's very important to your medical records. I need to know who you care about so that if I eat them, I might feel bad or I might not.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Your bed seems very awkwardly placed. It's upsetting me how awkwardly placed it is. Are you dead? No, you're moving. This lady...
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing
said
but
mortal.
dust blown by the winds of eternity.
Why?
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal?
Why
My
are you
clemency.
calling me mortal?
Well, tonight
Who
maybe
are
I'm
you?
inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep
You're
calling me
Howcroft.
mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Are you, though?
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Wow. That's deep for my 16-year-old mind brain thing.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Whose blood are you gonna steal, Thelma?
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying.
I
that
think
they are
I've
dead,
heard of that.
A ghost or a ghoul. Or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality.
Are you sure?
And you think it is I who am delusional.
Are you sure? Because I'm also vampire, so...
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As
Or
a
can
woman,
you?
a spirit, fog, or bat.
A bat.
Who are
A
these
fog.
enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. but I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
That's also my favorite place to go, too.
The staff here are not your enemy.
In
They're
my free
here
time.
to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me, for I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal, but do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Are you sure about that? Don't be too sure.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal?
Oh my gosh, she said
What do you
mortal
require?
8 million times.
Proof of my powers?
I'm curious
Yes,
to know
I
who you
actually
were
do need
before
proof of your powers,
becoming a
please.
vampire.
No, it's such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Okay, thank you.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Nocturnal. Big words. Just kidding. But I understand. We're supposed to go upstairs, so I don't want to go upstairs yet. Dead people everywhere. Who are you?
Good evening, Doctor.
Person.
I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor,
Do
sir.
I have hints for you?
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland.
I thought somebody
Dr.
said your name
Thoreau Strickland.
somewhere.
I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, I am really famous.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning
already
blood
said
transfusion,
that.
Dr. Reed.
I want the tea.
I run my own
Who have you
experiments. I'm
killed
convinced
before?
it's the future.
What
I wanna
made you
know who
choose
you
to be a
killed.
doctor?
Who
I'm not
have you
ashamed to
drank
admit
their
you
blood?
and your work
Whose
have
blood
inspired
have you
me.
drank?
I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
I know it would be very. It is an honor for you to work by me. I'm glad to help you. Research is exhausting. Flattery is useless. This one. It sounds
It's always
nice.
a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
You're very enthusiastic about what you're doing.
I based my technique on my mentor's research.
I like it.
He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon
I
against the
didn't see
ravages
who
of this
that
epidemic.
hint was for. I'm sorry. Somebody's moaning.
What can you
at
tell
me.
me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
I know. I also cannot wait to drink all the people's blood as well. That's not what you said, but that's all that's on my mind, because I'm a vampire.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
You actually seem like you're very happy, so...
Do you need help
where's
with
your
anything
smile?
in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play
Who
the
is
errand boy for
your
you?
person?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
She never gave you anything, but... Did I ask you these? Oh.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
What is his story? I want to know if Don't Nod actually did like a ton of research on doctors and blood transfusion and all of that in this game to kind of get like a basic idea of what to put in it, or if they're just winging it the entire way through. I don't know, but I really want to know. Because I know at the beginning, whenever we started the game, it said, do not practice these medical things on people or animals or whatever. Like, don't actually try them because we don't know if they will work or anything. So, I'm just
This personal
interested
involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his
What?
distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking
With
care of
his
human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Interesting.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
He's
First
telling me the tea
diagnosis was
about the other
compromised
doctors.
because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
I understand. I think that's everything I had to ask you.
Goodbye,
Bye.
Dr. Strickland.
Who are you?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be
Are you Ackroyd?
Reed? Yes,
Yeah,
I've been
Ackroyd.
informed about your
I
arrival.
said Ackroyd, I'm sorry.
I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience
He seems
you in
kind
some
of
way,
nice.
Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Excuse me? You better take that back. Otherwise, we're gonna have to take it outside and I'm gonna have to fight you. That's all I can say.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't
But I
say the
haven't
same
heard about you
me,
because I don't have time
since
for
I have
you
not wasted my time
mortals,
courting the
as
press.
Miss Lady Person would say. Oh, wait, what did you say? No need for such animosity. Jealousy will not do you any good. You better change your tone with me. I don't know. This one sounds the nicest.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the
I wanna
epidemic
be
is
nice.
already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital instead of a burden.
Take it back. My
Since
feelers.
your tenure in this hospital
I was
is
talking, so
longer
I wasn't
than
paying
mine,
attention. My apologies.
Perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me.
Carelessness.
I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what
Yeah,
are you
I
talking
want to know what you're talking
We're
about.
here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
As that should be in anybody's. That should be any doctor's motto. To protect and save people. But what do you mean experiments? I need to know more.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
Butchered? It's a conservative point of view. I want to know more. I don't...
Other people
What are you
may say
talking
that's
about?
too conservative a point of view.
Conservative? And what are you going to say to Mr. Fiddick if he loses his arm because of the operation? Because that's what's going to happen if the surgery
What
is a
happened to
failure.
Fiddick? All I got told was it was an accident.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you.
I'm kind of offended.
But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This one's mean, but I agree. I agree with it. He seems very bitter, but without research and new, not experiments, but new ways of healing people, we wouldn't, like most people would be dead. We'll do this one.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon, and it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative, it is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
It seems you have bad
He was in the
memories
military
of your
service?
military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Is that everything? Like, I know I hit my mic, I'm sorry. I don't know
Thank you
if you
for your
heard
time.
it, but...
We'll talk later.
Can I steal anything? I need to thief stuff. Do you have anything, Dorothy?
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Nope.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
I'm sorry, I thought that you would have some things for me to ask. You don't. You're not very excited.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Will you tell me what happened? I need to know.
Tell me about yourself, Mr.
And don't lie
I'm
like
just
you
a
lied to the
regular
other
guy
people.
waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too.
I didn't
But
say
that
you
means
were
I
a
need
bad
both
one,
arms
geez.
to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
As one would.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Ackroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other
You're
circumstances,
right, I am
you would be
flawless.
right.
I'm perfect. I know
But for
everything.
now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
I don't get it. I don't understand what you're... I need to know what happened to you.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me.
How so?
And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
What happened? I need to know.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Oh.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Did you get distracted as you were like hammering something into a board or whatever, and then you ended up hitting your arm?
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
That's all I can think of. That's the only thing that I
was in the army.
could think of that could
Building
have put him in
workshops
this
for the
hospital.
Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
That's not your fault.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings.
I love telling people
I served
that I
in
served
France
in France.
and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have.
Sad.
Poor little bleeders.
Bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then.
How long
The
ago
only
did that
good
happen?
thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
That's very true. Still very sad, but true. All right, thank you.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Sweet girl. Reads me
Oh,
like a
there's
book.
something here.
Never
Unfinished letter. Pembroke Hospital, 2 of November. My dear children, sorry I did not write to you before, but it hurts like just to write these few words on bloody paper. Don't worry, Daddy will go out of the hospital as soon as I'll read that later. Who are you? Your glasses. Did I get a
Good
hint
evening,
for you?
Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern
Jonathan, you're
medical
kind of like
methods?
right
It's
in
a
the
shame
way.
he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science
Wow,
is
look
about
at the back of
exploring
that head.
uncharted
Look at
territory.
those ears.
I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Now the truth is coming out. Hey, that one went away now. Thank you. Okay,
Goodbye,
bye.
Dr. Strickland.
I can't talk to Dorothy. Oh, there's 2 more people in here. There's
Good
so
evening,
many
madam.
people.
Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What is wrong with your son, your child, your beloved?
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
What happened to your husband? I need to
May
know
I
this.
ask if you have an occupation,
This
Mrs.
for your
Goswick?
son.
I'm a teacher by profession.
For his.
I teach
What
young
am I trying
women
to say?
who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
For your son's needs. I need to know this to help him. How did your husband die, not father?
What do you think of your reception here?
But you can also tell me
Any
that.
complaints?
I want to know about all the deaths in your
utmost
family.
reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice.
considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in
What is the
particular that's
emergency?
bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Who?
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Who? Hawkins. I haven't talked to her.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
No, that's why I'm going to talk to her, you see. We don't accept that, and I'm the most fancy of the people here.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Thank you. And then let me talk to your... Oh.
Good evening, Doctor.
No.
How is my son doing?
I didn't talk to him yet.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
I wasn't trying to talk to you.
Doctor.
Hello, yes, you were
Good
saying my
evening.
name?
I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here, then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
But what happened? I
suppose that
seriously
this pain
need to know
is the
that.
reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
He seems like he's in a lot of pain, but I need to know
How painful is
why
your throat,
is
Mr.
he?
Goswick?
I don't.
So painful, I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Most people don't. Like, they won't do anything. They won't tell me what happened. They won't give me any insight into what happened to them. So they can't get help. That's it.
I'm
They're gonna
sure
have to
you
suffer.
realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Will your
Not
mother
really.
tell me?
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Wait, why is this one not grayed out?
Why did your
Wait,
mother
7.
have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here.
Oh.
She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Maybe if I get a piece of paper and pen, maybe then he'll write. Maybe that's why it's not blurred out.
Pembroke Hospital may look...
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed.
Wait.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
I can skip dialogue by just
Pembroke
clicking
Hospital.
again. Why did I not know
Is your
this?
mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of.
That's kind of scary.
She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Aw, she loves you. That's cute.
How painful.
So painful.
Oh, there was another
let you
one.
get
That's why I
some
didn't
rest.
grade out.
Don't waste your time with me.
But I want.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick.
I also didn't get to
I'm
finish
okay.
talking to you.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Oh, well, that was fast.
I have
Okay,
to
bye.
go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Is there anything in your fin? You're rich. Can I just steal all your stuff?
As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Lee. That's what I heard from that guy screaming. Due to the influenza, this hospital can no longer take any patients. Hospital full, please go back home. Yes, die at home and have no chance of survival. But if you come here, you may have a chance of survival, but you you don't get any. You just have to die.
If only I were young again. Just a dozen years or so.
Oh. Oh, I went too far. There's someone that I could talk to here, I believe. I should be able to get into here, I think.
Thelma Howcroft
Yeah.
said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding?
I don't know, I'll figure it out
I should
later.
investigate.
It's locked. You have all seen things that...
I need
Good
to
evening.
talk to you.
I'm Dr. Reed. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana.
Why?
Pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor?
Yeah, why did you?
Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead.
What do you mean precise?
But I used to be a real doctor.
Wait, a pawn shop? Do you steal the dead's things and then sell them? That's disgusting if you do.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead.
Yeah, at least have a
Sir,
respect.
As a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Milton, huh?
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
What happened to it?
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names.
Oh.
We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
That's so sad.
Why close the
They're
hospital's
just left
main
with
morgue?
no family.
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Where is that mass grave?
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago.
Oh.
You were missing.
The sister
and
I
she was
killed.
looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
She's
A
no longer
pawnbroker.
alive, but
I expect to get
sure.
all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
We should know something.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
That's a good question. I want you guys to answer that in the comments. Do you believe in life after death? Yes or no? And like, give me a reason. What do you think about that concept?
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is We'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
That's
So
very
you're
true.
ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
He's very mysterious. He's answering kind of in like questions. All
Please
right.
show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
I didn't Google it, but I watched a video on like stuff in the game or things that I wish I knew in the game before playing. I don't know what I watched, but I watched things on this game. And they said that you need to come to him and buy this because there are like 3 sets of like sicknesses. So there's I think heart, something else, mind, and lungs, or like breathing. And this is one of them that you need to buy. And even though it was 70 and I no longer have any monies, I'm glad that we bought it because we're gonna need it later. Now we just have to find money. Look at all these dead bodies. A crumbled letter. Dear love, I finally found the missing money for the fee asked by the ambulance driver to bring you to the hospital. Don't worry about nothing now except getting better, for I took care of everything. I asked some of our neighbors, and they told me that this Mr. Hooks is something of an honest crook. He may ask for extra money in exchange for a bed, but the bed is then guaranteed. I'm sorry I refused to pay first. I realized how the important thing is that you get better soon. The Pembroke Hospital is a good place, I heard, despite the bad behavior of this Milton Hooks. I promise you that everything is okay now. I'll see you in your clean bed as soon as possible. With fondest love, Nicole. No, please tell me that's not the body. Whenever Milton was saying that he left somebody there. No, that's sad. Milton's a bad person. I'm sorry, I just spent the last 30 minutes getting ready.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Something that I thought about whenever I was in the shower that I'm really interested in is, do you know the one lady, I don't remember her name, like Velma or something? The one who thinks she's a vampire? Is she actually a vampire? Because remember, she had that guy talking to her as if she was controlling him like I can do with people, how I can get them to tell me things. It sounded like she can do the same thing. So is she actually a vampire? Also, the guy that we found dead or with the letter in the, outside of the morgue area thingy, is he the husband of the wife that, Milton just left to die? If so,
How would
that's
you
so
describe
sad.
the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Well.
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish
That's
I could
true,
believe
but didn't
you.
it kill 2/3
But
of
what
Europe?
if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
Well, change your attitude. You are right, or you would be surprised. Let's do that
You'd
one.
be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, Sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Very, very true.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
What do you know about Brannigan?
Not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
I see.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Okay, I'll be careful. I didn't mean... What did I press? I was looking at my mouse. I wasn't paying attention. My apologies. Okay, I can't say anything else to you. You, Velma, can I talk to you?
Good evening, Miss.
No. Okay, never mind.
I'll leave.
I'm so happy I now found out how to skip things.
Good evening.
Good evening.
That one.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their
You
brothers were
left a
properly
lady
fed.
to die.
Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
Oh, that
I'm
is
sorry.
rough.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Also, Milton, or people said that Milton left that lady to die in the courtyard or whatever. He sells guns. He has guns. Why did he not help her? Or at least try?
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realized I could make a fortune.
Wow.
Goodbye, Milton.
Can I talk to anyone else? Oh. There's 2 other people here. I don't know where they are. Mortimer is fatigued. I want to go see Clay really fast. I want to see if he's still there. Or if, somebody brought him up. The music is intense. He's still here. Oh, maybe it's after I go to sleep, then they'll bring him up or something. It's like a past thing that you can do. I don't know. Okay, let's head up to our room. We haven't done that yet. Or go upstairs. Oh, we also haven't gone down these 2 halls. Or wings.
It's locked, all right.
Long letter. Oh, I don't want to read it. I'll read all of those later. Right now, I, like, legitimately don't have time. Oh, Pippa. How do I get over there? I don't want to read it yet because... Or I don't want to talk to Pippa yet because it will spoil what's in the letter. And we need to read the letter first. But, like, I have to leave. I have to go to school in 30 minutes or less. And I also don't want to leave a video just, like, hanging. Don't want to go out there yet. Is there anyone upstairs that I can talk to? I don't think you can go in these. No. Look at me. Look at my cape.
It's locked.
Not now. Wow, Swansea. Shady. Anything this this way? Nope. A used hacksaw. What a steal. Medical files. Oh, Thomas Elwood. Oh. Okay, so I need to do Pippa and Thomas. I need to read their letters.
I cannot enter. It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Then why can I come in here?
This must
Here's
be the
the
place.
hideout.
It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
That's true, at least you won't. Okay. I'll read all of those next episode, so just be on the lookout for that.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Can I do something about that? Can I? Okay. I also need to read that. Can I help that plant? Alright, so I want to... So crafting. On a workbench, you can craft medical treatments to heal sick citizens, serums to boost yourself, weapon upgrades to improve and customize your weapons. And then you first need to analyze the components you've found to unlock new recipes. Click on the to analyze components. Yeah, I want to analyze the enigmatic formula and blood sample of William. We'll do this one first. So you have enough components to improve one of your weapons. No, I don't want to yet. I want to analyze this as well. Yeah, so there's these. So of the heart, like the treatments for the heart, treatments for the lungs, and then these are for the mind. And then we can upgrade a weapon. Is that what it said we can do? These one. Ooh, that one's better. It uses less. Oh. No, I want that one to be better because it has more attack speed. Never mind then. And then I don't know what to upgrade, so we
William
just won't do it
Bishop's
yet.
blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching.
All right.
The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
I'm not gonna sleep. In the next episode, we will do more side quests or do more things, and we'll find things out. And I wanted to say something. I don't remember what it was. If you guys did enjoy, please do let me know and consider subscribing. There's a link down below in the description, as well as there is a big red subscribe button below this video. In the next video, we will do side quests. We will read all the stuff. We'll talk to more people. We'll continue on the story. We'll do it all. So make sure you look out for that. Like, comment, subscribe. Go follow me on my Instagram and Twitter. The links for those are down in the description as always. Anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.